Your presentation, Chris, I can tell you put a lot into it. I mean, everybody was wowed. How did you do that in so little time?
Well, let's just say I'm good at creating presentations. Besides, there's nothing else to do. Let's face it, I either watch TV and hear all the trash about Donald Trump or sit around and make peanut butter cookies.
What? There's all this stuff to do around the Metroplex and you sit at home making cookies? Are you serious? I thought you'd be a lot more creative than that. Zip lining, bowling, there's lots to do around here.
Are you suggesting that we go on a date?
Chris, I've told you a million times, you and I are so different that we would never be compatible. I mean, let's face it, you make cookies all day. I drive around and waste gas. How do you see those two things working together?
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, I'm saying that you and I are like night and day. Anyhow, so is that really all you do?
This job keeps me up 24/7. Let's face it, I'm either making presentations, analyzing data, preparing for the next committee meeting. We can't catch a break. I mean, what do you do on your free time? As if you have any.
I go exploring. By the way, speaking of exploring, have you seen that new park, the one in Frisco? Universal Studios. It's supposed to be so cool.
Newsflash, I don't know if anybody's told you this, but it's for kids.
Okay, let's get something straight. Maybe the rides are designed for ages 3 through 11, but the park itself has no age limit. I mean, think about it. You like eating cookies, right?
Right, well, making cookies, but I eat them too when I'm done.
Chris, they're going to have fine dining all over the place. I mean, think about it. Minion tots, Shrek pretzels, pizzas, pastas, and the 300-room hotel. It's got to have a restaurant in there. There's going to be a restaurant because where there are kids, there are parents, and parents like food.
I don't know. I kind of feel like it's going to be a bunch of chicken tater tots, or you know what I mean. Tots and chicken strips and chicken nuggets and french fries and, stuff that caters to kids. Flavorless pizza.
No, Chris. There'll be more than that. Have you forgotten this is Universal Studios? And besides, they have a river ride that goes all around the place. Can you imagine having a delectable cocktail at one of the restaurants and then sitting on a rapids ride?
With a bunch of screaming kids? No, not my kind of party. I prefer to sit at home and watch football.
Chris, buddy, you need to do your research. I mean, this place has a lot more to offer than you think.
Okay, you've got 30 seconds. Go ahead and convince me. What's your elevator speech? Tell me all about it.
First of all, it's Universal. They're known worldwide. They have parks in Japan, Beijing, etc. Here's the site plan for Frisco. The pink part is the theme park. The purple part is the 300-room hotel. City of Frisco's website features an elevation plan that shows how there'll be a little hill with trees surrounding the property. And here is, ta-da, the concept art. Beautiful. It has around 5 different lands, which I've created a 3D rendering of. Here we see a shot as you're driving down Panther Creek, where Cobb Hill is, and you can see the berm that I constructed with the parking lot on the side. There's another staff parking lot. There are a bunch of parking lots if you look at the picture on their website, but you would eventually come to the entrance of the hotel. Now, this is just my imagining based on the concept art. So you'd probably see a Universal Kids Resort sign of sorts. The 300-room hotel would loom in the distance. And I'm thinking that the rooms will be themed to match the lands. Far, far away, Shrek, Trolls, Jurassic Park or Camp Cretaceous type land, Puss in Boots, and whatever else they have in there. But you'd come through, look at the beautiful sign, imagine how fabulous the food in the hotel is, and then you'd make your way under the hotel where you could enter the park, and you'd come to a huge lazy river kind of at the hub as you walk down this main path. So you're going to get to the lazy river in a moment, but I'm assuming that somewhere in there, to the left is Trolls Land. You can see the little sign that says Trolls. But somewhere in there, there'll be a coffee shop or two. So I did stick that in there because we all know that adults love their coffee. I love iced coffee, so I'm hoping they have some variations of that. In the distance, you can see the River Rapids ride looping around near the front of the park. It goes around all 5 lands or 4 lands. One is near the hotel that might be, changed out every now and then. Coffee, please, for one. Thank you. And I'm anticipating Puss in Boots Land with some kind of interactive exhibit. You can see that there's also a Shrek Land with an Onion Cart ride and a Jurassic Park Land. But anyhow, here is a little flyby of Puss in Boots Land. Music, the swings in the distance. That will be kind of a fun experience. I've got a shot of the swings somewhere in here. Oh, there it is. I stuck it right there in Puss in Boots Land. Whee! I love swing rides. The one in Galveston is amazing. You're up over the ocean. You've got Minion Land in the distance, and over there, Trolls Land with the roller coaster type ride. Now, the thing I love about this River Rapids ride that they've built in is the fact that it passes through all of the lands. I mean, let's face it, that's relaxing to just float along the river, seeing everything. You got Trolls Land, you've got far, far away back there, Minion Island, which is where you dock, I guess. You get to pass through Jurassic Park Land, Puss in Boots Land. You see the swings from down low and little fountains shooting up. Maybe they'll have one where people can shoot water at people passing by, a little apparatus of some sort. Overall, sounds relaxing to me. You've got the Onion Cart ride back there that I did not put an onion on top of because that's a ride that's in Planet Coaster. And then we come to SpongeBob Land, none other than SpongeBob Land, which is called Goo Lagoon. So we're going to take a little trip there. Excuse all the trash I left on the path here because I have not hired a custodian for this park yet. So you'd be eating in between traveling to all these lands for sure. So you've got Mexican food, you've got ice cream, you've got coffee, you've got all kinds of interesting treats, Shrek pretzels, all kinds of stuff. Sugar. Did I mention sugar? Pizza. I know that Universal in Florida, the DreamWorks Land, has troll ice cream, but look at this one in Beijing. How cute, right? Anyhow, back to the lecture at hand. You're going to be eating while you're there, and that excites me greatly. If you get too full, you can just go home and go to bed. Or, better yet, sit around and watch a parade on a full stomach. I mean, how's that not fun? Eating and watching interesting creatures pass by, seeing themed shows, taking pictures with family, with characters, and seeing all the animatronics they'll have built in. The theming is the most amazing part. Just, you're so immersed in these lands. Universal does a great job at that. Just look at this room. It's themed to look like a Kung Fu Panda room. Pretty cool, right? Cozy.
Okay, you can stop
Elaborate.
talking now. Your elevator speech was way longer than a traditional elevator speech. I think I get what you're saying. The place should be really cool. Pretty cool. For adults and children.
Wait, are you telling me to shut up? Like I said, we're not compatible. You were right. You won't even let me talk.
About that. Yeah, let's just stay friends.